Somewhere out in the world, there was a place frozen in time, a town trapped in a time loop, forced to repeat the same story for centuries. Despite being repeated for so long, this story would always have many twists and turns. New goals to reach, more foes to fight, and a different catastrophe to end each cycle of the time loop. The people of the town called it Doomsday. Almost anything could cause doomsday, from explosions to wars, and there was only one rule that guaranteed the loop would be reset after this event. There could only be one person left alive in the overworld, standing among the wreckage and rubble of whatever doomsday event destroyed everyone else. Once only one soul remained in that realm, the time loop would reset, bringing us back to the beginning once again. However, we aren't here to tell the story of Doomsday. We're here to tell the story of the Ender Prince, heir to the throne of the ancient End Realm. Their name was Rain, and they didn't know it at first, but they were going to change the world. Our story began where every other one always does, at the founding of Town. After being lost in the woods, Rain had come to help build the town with a group of strangers, one of whom was the mayor herself. Her name was Ghostie, and she would help Rain with their anxiety whenever they were overwhelmed. She used to be a soldier from the Nether, but she vowed to never return to that realm a long time ago. During the town's construction, Rain wandered off into the forest, meeting a powerful entity named Morrigan, the god of endings. Morrigan and Rain would meet for tea parties regularly, trying to solve the mystery of this strange place, only for Morrigan to abandon them in the midst of conflict. Tensions rose between the citizens of the town, only getting worse when everyone learned about the time loop they were trapped in. Rain had thrown themselves into their work, desperately searching for a way to free everyone from the loop, only to fail time and time again. There was a threat of war between Ghostie and Lemon, a medieval jester who abandoned town to build a kingdom of their own, and Rain struggled to maintain peace on both sides. There was a wedding that brought harmony to the land shortly after, yet it was crashed by Bibble, Rain's older brother, who would later receive a magical book that could raise the dead. Rain was reunited with their two husbands, new souls would fall victim to the time loop's grasp, and Rain would become permanently damaged in their pursuit to defeat the time loop's magic. There are countless stories we could tell from this one loop alone, yet we must skip many of these tales for the sake of brevity. The time loop has been resetting itself for too long. In an effort to keep Morrigan contained, the loop would spread its borders and bring in new entities, both people and places alike. This had put a strain on the loop's magic, causing the world itself to begin breaking apart with purple cracks. Rain would be infected by these cracks after going too far with their studies, unknowingly creating a new soul in the process, Void. Void was a malicious spirit crafted by the loop's magic, and his goal was to torment members of the town. He wanted to force them into another doomsday, since this loop hadn't yet reset like all of the others before it. Rain would be torn apart by this, completely helpless to stop Void from possessing their body like a mere puppet. Ghostie, who had taken the role of Rain's best friend and their sister, made a deal with Void to keep Rain safe for as long as possible. While Void kept Ghostie locked in a tower far away from town, he began to grow fond of her, eventually ending their deal to slowly, and begrudgingly, become another one of her friends. Rain's husbands, Veli and Flynn, had been absent during this entire conflict, and Ghostie practically sent them to husband boot camp to make up for the lost time with Rain, who had also adopted a kid named Star as their only son. Rain was mostly free from Void's possession, but their body was a metaphorical haunted house, so it wouldn't be long until a third spirit, Hallow, began to pose a new threat to the world. That threat was quickly overpowered by Lemon, however, when she invited the entire land to her castle for a party. This party was a setup, and once everyone had lowered their guard, she set off a bomb that killed everyone in the castle. Rain had gone through a portal to the end at this time, and they could only watch in horror as countless deaths were recorded by their communicator log. Once Lemon was the sole survivor in the overworld, she took her own life as well, leaving Rain trapped alone in the end, uncertain of when they could safely return while the time loop in the overworld tried to reset itself. The reset failed, the world became more broken, and people began to glitch out of existence, completely erased until the end of time. Ghostie rescued Rain with their allies, rebuilding the world and saving other survivors as a team. Together, these people fought, healed, and learned to love again. Even when Pada, Rain's younger brother, became trapped in the time loop alongside Bibble, the three siblings reunited as a family once again. As always, peace was a temporary gift, but the town would be ready this time. When a computer virus named Motherboard possessed Rain's mother, the town's strongest allies would come together to face her. She wanted to kill Rain, but Ghostie and the others wouldn't allow it. They stood together in Endlandia, a place that Rain built where the overworld and the end could coexist in peace. Eventually, we would see Rain, Ghostie, Veli, Flynn, Bree, Rat, and Bibble work together to take Motherboard down. Her final attack put Hallow in control of Rain's body, leaving Rain trapped, reliving past memories and getting lost in their own mind. Ghostie entered the mindscape to rescue them, Motherboard was defeated, and the kingdom was safe again. This is where our story will finally end. Rain has been living peacefully in Endlandia with their friends and family for months. Motherboard was defeated, and Malibu, Rain's mother, is free. The time loop has become inactive, almost an afterthought, and the prince is unaware of how much danger they're truly in. Now it is time for Doomsday to come again, but this time, things will go a bit differently. Okay, so I think we have everyone here. Well, almost everyone. Some other people are going to meet us along the way, but almost everyone is gathered around here in Endlandia, right?
I mean, yeah.
I know you're standing alone right there.
Oh, there you are.
I'm up here.
Did he just rip off his suit to reveal another suit underneath?
Yes. Don't worry about it. So
I contain multitudes.
Yeah. Okay. Don't worry about the amount of suits that Bibble is wearing. What we should worry about is the time loop, because it is December 23rd. We said that we were going to meet here, and we did. So I think we've been through enough bullshit. I think we can just finally take this thing out and be done with being trapped in the time loop. I know that's a very dumb way of saying it, but come on, guys. I would really like to not be here.
Listen, there's a lot of explaining we need to do. Well, it's, most of it is very hard to explain because it's a lot of sciencey stuff and a lot of magic stuff, and some of you, it's very, it's a lot, but I'll give you the very bare bones.
I know a lot about it and magic stuff.
We can't stay here. It will be dangerous to transverse to another land, to another timeline even, but it's even more dangerous to stay here. As you can see, it's taken a lot of people, which you probably don't even remember, any of you, but it does that. It takes people, and we can't stay here. So what we're gonna do is we need to, what do we need to do? We need to get something to combat the loop's magic, and I'm not quite sure how to even start. Do we have, what resources do we have? We have...
we have, a lot of people here know engineering stuff, like Rat, and Pada. I know a lot about magic stuff and the time loop itself. We got a lot of, stronger fighters on the server, it depends what kind of resources you'd need.
We have access
to
some of the loop's internal organs. I don't know how else to phrase
I think that would be perfect.
Because of the the cracks. That's kind of what they are, right? They're kind of like its guts.
Well, that takes care of the magic aspect, I think. It's we need a lot of science and a lot of magic. Basically, tear a portal through to go somewhere else, anywhere else.
Yeah.
So you've dealt with a loop before?
Not the loop, but things similar to the loop. Timelines merging with each other, and just a mess of magic and science. Any resources science-wise?
Spaceman.
Hi.
Yeah,
Oh, hey.
Spaceman.
Built a rocket that went to
A
space.
rocket. Nice.
Yeah.
Spaceman.
Well, space in quotes. I
Yeah.
have I know how to do that kind of stuff. I also have a lot of supplies in my basement, which aren't mine, but
Oh, okay.
you know.
Well, I suppose we can build something from that to um, take the loop out to kill the loop because there's a lot of weak spots around here, and I don't know which one would be the best one.
Well, is there a way that we can siphon the loop's power and like begin drawing it out? Because when Ghostie and Rat were trying to break the loop's borders, and even when I did it like ages ago, the loop focused all of its power into those events and trying to stop them. So if we start posing a threat to the loop itself by draining its magic or like draining its power in one specific area, it would come right to us, and then maybe we can get it weak enough to reveal something like a weakness, like a weak spot. Like if we can take out the heart or the eyes or something, if we can just take out something like that, I think we would be able to break it if we can build a powerful enough weapon. We can use the loop magic against it.
Sure, but
A
like,
weapon.
what is a location on the server that we could do that for? I mean, okay, I'm not the most knowledgeable, but that kind of sounds like we need a lot of machine power, and like most of
Yeah.
these houses barely have non-fire lighting.
Yeah.
So, like, where, what's a spot in this world on this server that we could go that
Yeah.
would offer us that kind of juice?
Yeah, somewhere that has like a heart of kinetic energy. Like what do we have? I don't I've only been here a day. I don't really know anywhere that could be sufficient.
Yeah, except for Rat's spaceships, I guess, but even then I don't think that would work.
I mean, yeah, the
Or-
engines are all busted.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
think
those are broken.
I think
It's more of a
Antoine had
junkyard, really.
like Antoine had like a factory or something, but I don't think I've ever fully been to it. Would a factory work? Do you think that would have enough machinery and stuff?
I think that would be perfect if we can get our hands on that factory. I think that would be great. Yeah, we just need that. We need the magic essence. I think we need everything to pull this off.
Quick question. Does anybody know where that is?
No.
I remember heading that way with Bibble once. I think he could probably help us get there, or I could just guess based on memory.
We have a
Bibble,
factory?
Bibble, punch the air if you know where the factory is.
I know where it is.
Great. Then we got, yeah, Rat, there's a factory. I don't know what that means, but you know what that
Yeah.
means.
Anyway, where
Then
are
off we
right now?
go.
I think I know where it is, but I don't know where. Where's the village?
Well, that way is towards town.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the factory. Let's go. The Ender Prince wasn't always a robot, you know. They had been human once, yet they were poisoned by a magical flower when they were a child. This poison quickly spread, leaving them bedridden for many years. The poison was meant to turn Rain into an Ender Dragon, but their body wasn't strong enough to handle it at such a young age, and they were going to die very soon. To save them from this fate, their mother, Malibu, put Rain's body inside of a metal robotic suit. They were alive, albeit a bit differently now, and still survived having the poison spread over the metal on their face. Despite being more alive than ever, Rain was very alone. They always had been, it wasn't abnormal, yet they were tired of it. They would give everything they had to help others, even destroying themselves in the process, with the hope that these people would stay with them. Friends, family, and even their lovers. Everyone would abandon them eventually. However, there was a light at the end of the tunnel, and her name was Ghostie. She was determined to make sure that Rain would never be alone again, and together, they built the strongest kingdom that the time loop had ever seen. Now all they had to do was keep the peace a little while longer. However, there was still chaos and conflict in Rain's mind. If you couldn't have already guessed, it is very difficult to live in a body inhabited by more than one soul, let alone 3. Rain, Void, and Hallow would often be at odds with one another, arguing in the mindscape for hours at a time. They were very different, after all, and came from such different places. Rain was a peacekeeper trying to study history and free their friends. Void was a new spirit learning how to be independent from the time loop, and Hallow was struggling to find a purpose in life beyond becoming the next Ender Dragon. Void specifically was very anxious during this time. He was created by the loop itself, so what would happen to him when it ended? Would he continue existing, or would he die alongside the time loop? Void didn't know what would happen to him, nor did he know what would happen to the others, but he did know one thing for certain. You see, there was only one thing that all 3 souls could agree on, and that was their shared fondness of Ghostie. She was their best friend, their sister, and someone that they owed a lot of apologies to. Whenever she would need them, all 3 would come together to help her. This time would be no different, and it was Rain's turn to step forward. What the fuck are you wearing?
Oh, me? Oh, this is my lab coat. It's
That's-
for science stuff, you know.
Yeah, sorry, that was
can't-
really rude. I was just really surprised. You look like a Jedi.
We.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
I don't know what that is.
Did you change outfits while Rat was finishing building the machine?
Yeah. I just thought it would be appropriate, you know.
Why did you change outfits? All I did was put shoes on.
That's not important. I mean, I thought it would be cool. Yeah.
A lab
Alright.
coat is a very important part of science.
All right.
Anyways,
good.
look at this big gun.
That's a very big
Jeez.
gun.
It's huge.
My brother is on top of
Yeah.
a very big gun.
You having fun
You
up
know,
there,
Bibble,
son?
you really shouldn't be on the top of the big exploding thing.
Probably not. Yeah.
I mean, we've all done our fair share of dying in explosions.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Nothing to
It's just
worry
another
about.
fucking
Sounds pretty
Tuesday.
sound to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we all cool with potentially dying in an explosion?
Just another Tuesday at this point.
I've
It's better
been
than
cool.
You
staying
sure you're
here
cool with
and-
potentially dying doing this? You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're all
That
very
sounded so
cavalier.
confident.
I'm glad everyone's very cavalier about their own demise.
At least I
We've
know
been
it's
through a
happening.
lot, I
this time,
think.
You know?
Well, I guess it's
It
better
could
to
be
know
worse.
than not know. That's a good point. And I don't know. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I haven't been around super long, but like, what about you? Good life? Like, long life? What are you thinking?
Yeah. Let's get this over with, please. God.
Okay, cool. Back to magic shit. Sorry about that.
So, okay, I'm just gonna wait for my cue to pull the lever until this thing is ready to blast.
Alright. It doesn't seem like we've really bothered the loop that much yet, so maybe I should start saying my
Oh.
magic words or something.
I mean, Rat and I know
What
the
we gotta
magic
do?
words. They're "fuck you, God," "fuck
you,
you,
God."
God," "fuck
Fuck
you,
Those are
you,
not real
God.
magic words. Those are not
miss-
real magic words.
I
Oh.
miss the SS. Fuck God.
I miss the SS. Fuck God.
I do not miss the SS fuck god. Abracadabra, alakazam, hocus pocus, presto changeo. I am such a good magic boy.
But
You're
those
doing
are
great,
magic
son.
words.
Yes, those are magic words. Okay, I'm doing my magic stuff. I'm very good at magic. The migraines
Behind
make
you,
it a
behind you.
bit hard to
Oh fuck!
focus.
Oh hey! Wow, that's a lot of guys.
A lot
Hey,
of guys?
that's a lot of
That's a
guys.
lot of guys.
Oh, sorry.
Oh boy.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, that migraine wasn't for nothing.
Yeah. Oh, there are a lot of guys down there, specifically.
That's. Oh hey, buddy. Hey.
Oh. Is the loop
Rain,
throwing
don't
people
look.
up here? What?
Rain, just keep focusing on your magic.
All
You
right,
don't have to
magic,
go
magic
over
man,
here.
magic man.
Magicking.
Okay, I'm doing my
Okay,
magic stuff.
now, okay. We need
Alright,
to keep.
Cannon's heating up.
Okay,
Cannon's heating up.
I'm still doing my magic stuff. Are you guys
Oh,
okay over
Jesus
there?
Christ.
What? Don't worry
Oh my
about
God.
it.
All right, I'm not
Okay.
worrying about it. I'm a little worried about it, but not really. Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Abracadabra,
There's a
alakazam.
guy coming for you.
A-
Rat, there's a guy
abracadabra,
coming from
alakazam.
You got a problem?
Magic.
Malibu. Rat.
Magic words, magic man. That's not good, but
I'm sure it's fine. It only counts
Oh, my
sometimes,
game is
right?
breaking.
yeah, it only counts sometimes. Abracadabra,
I like to believe in it.
alakazam. Okay, we're almost there. We almost. Oh, ow. No.
No.
I almost have it. I just need like a little more time.
I will buy you time, but I do have to be pulling the lever.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
have to.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Doing the magic. I
Doing
know
the
you're good at
magic.
it.
I know. Flynn's gonna be real proud when we get home.
Shit.
Yeah. Yep.
You
Veli.
got it. You got it.
Veli. Veli.
Hey guys, what the
Yeah. What? Oh.
look up there.
Now. Fire
Oh,
now.
Wait, no, that's it. That's okay. Okay, hold
Oh,
on. Shit.
Go.
Fire
go,
it now.
go.
Fire it
hold
now.
on, hold on.
Okay,
Hold
it's
on.
going.
Okay, here we go.
Oh god.
Fire now. Here we are again. Another doomsday, another reset. Yet this one is actually quite different from the last. Taking out so much magic at once would be catastrophic to most people, terrifying and potentially fatal as well. But these heroes aren't most people. They are the citizens of Town, a nation that had been doomed to fall from the start, but they survived anyway. They made it here, together, and now they're going to escape. It's time for our story to end, as all good stories eventually do. And in the epilogue of this era, a new story will begin, one where our characters will be much happier together. Because that's what all of this is, isn't it? A story. You came here for a story, and we've done our best to tell a great one. Maybe you'll stick around to see what happens next, or maybe you won't. Either way, it'll be exciting to finally see what the outside world has in store for us. Whenever a story ends, it's difficult to find the proper closure that you want, especially for a story that has been held very close to your heart for any amount of time. Together, we will all boo the finales of our favorite shows, writing our own continuations or demanding an encore. But what happens when the story that ends is one that took place in your own life? Maybe it was a story that you shared with a close friend or a loved one, a story that introduced you to a new passion or a dream, or maybe that story was one that gave you something you cherished with all of your heart. It's still going to end, all good stories do, but that doesn't mean it wasn't important. The stories we share with our friends will always have different endings. Some endings are beautiful and perfect, exactly what we wanted to happen, while other endings are messy or cut the story short before we were ready for it to end. Those abrupt endings are the hardest to face, especially when it feels like you've lost a relationship that you cherished for so long. But that ending will never diminish the value of the story that came before it. The people you meet in life will change you, for better or for worse, and the stories that you make with them will be more important than any movie or any book. We started this story together, not expecting much to come out of it, and I'm still shocked by how much it has grown since last summer. Through all of the projects I've ever done online, I've met some of my closest friends, many of which I consider to be family, and they've changed my life for the better. Heck, they changed me for the better. During these projects, I've also lost a lot of friendships as well, but that doesn't mean that the time we had together wasn't important. Looking back, I'm glad that Season 1 of Loop SMP existed. It was pretty chaotic to make, especially since this was my first time hosting such an elaborate story on a Minecraft server, but it was a lot of fun as well. I will always miss the people who had to leave the project, and I wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors, but I am beyond excited to continue writing stories with those who plan to stay. Season 2 of Loop SMP will be much less lore-heavy, since I just want us to have more time playing Minecraft together as friends, but I'm sure we'll still have a lot of fun with whatever smaller stories we decide to write along the way. Just like the time loop, all good stories must come to an end, but every ending will open opportunities to an even better beginning the next story your life will tell. Thank you for joining us, it means the world to me, and I'm excited to see you in Season 2 of Loop SMP. Goodbye everyone. As always, I'll see you in my next live stream.